Recording now. Boom. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let me put you on game to a different way of thinking. Black King, empower the youth to live the truth, got big dreams. Black King, all of my brothers set up for each other, that's how we know we. Black King, bringing more unity to community, yeah. Black King.
Kings, Queens, my royal family. My name is Walter Watts, and welcome to another episode of King's Hour. Like always, I got my kings with me. Mook, talk to me.
What's popping? What's popping? Murder Mook in the building.
That's right. JoJo.
What's good? What's good? I'm in here. Let's get it going.
That's right. That's right. Kings, it's game time. It's showtime now. I have a topic that is really important because I've been going back and forth on it and really putting some thought in it. The topic for today's episode is how do you evaluate success? So with that, Mook, I'm going to come to you first. Are you successful?
I mean, I'm in the middle of the game, but I'm winning. Does that answer your question?
No. Are you successful?
Ish.
Okay.
He's up 30.
Ish.
He's
up
30.
I'm
You said you're in the game, but you ain't tell me if you're winning, you're losing. What's going on?
I did
say
I said I was winning, but yeah, like it's hard for me to answer that, so I'm gonna leave you with that. I hope that you get some kind of clarification.
Okay, JoJo, are you successful?
See, Mook got me going back and forth now. All right, look, I'm still in fourth quarter.
Okay.
5 left in the game. I'm up 25.
Ooh.
Oh, what quarter is it?
Fourth.
And you up how much?
25.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Bench warmers in.
Yeah.
Okay. Great and damn analogy, but that's not what the hell I was looking for. So the reason why I asked this is we all know that tax season is right upon us and things like that. And recently I got my W-2 in the mail and I opened that thing and I was like, you know what? Well, you are doing damn good for yourself, right? And I looked at how much money I made last year and I was like, damn, you're successful. And when I said that, it low-key bothered me. And here's why. I feel that as a man, as a king, I shouldn't look at success as how much money you make. And in that moment, I think I did that for myself because I think that there's plenty of successful people in this world that don't have a whole bunch of money, right? So I had to check myself and be like, am I only focused on money as my success? And I don't know if I still have a clear answer on that. And it made me ask other men, hey, are you successful? And I got a mixed bag. I had a lot of men that said, yes, I am successful. I had a lot of men say, no, they're not. But in my core, I never want myself or any man to be like, oh, I'm not successful right now because I don't have all my goals or I don't have a whole bunch of money. So we should all, in my opinion, I think we should all feel successful regardless of how much money and stuff we have. But do I truly believe that? So it's bothering me, bro. So that's why I asked you guys, hey, are you guys successful right now? And I want to know, hopefully I was going to get a yes or no, but depending on what you say, why? So going back to you, Mook, are you successful? And regardless if it's yes or no, why? So
very, very much a loaded question. But to answer this loaded question, I do feel the explanation to my answer is I feel like the goals that I set for myself, they're achieved. So I'm winning. However, I also feel like that success target evolves over time for me. So can I deem myself successful? I'm not quite there yet. I'm not quite there yet to say that, you know what, your life has been an overall success, because I got a lot to accomplish. Now,
Right.
if I look back and try to smell the roses, I'm definitely going to be proud of myself. I'm going to be proud of the things that I have accomplished. And if it were all said and done, I do believe that I've left my family in a good place, you know, to where they can carry on. However, have I won the game? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You know, the game's not. What did Kobe say? Job's not done.
Job's not done.
Okay.
Job's not done. I got a lot to do. And then ultimately success is giving back to them, setting them up for success, you know, to overcome things that I didn't, to break that generational curse. Like, that's success for me. But is that fair to say, hey, are you successful right now or not? You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. JoJo, give it to me.
Shit. Man. So I'm on the same thought process as Mook. At this point in our lives, we're all fairly young. We've achieved great success. The way I look at success is like, if you're looking at a staircase, each one of the stairs says success on it, but a different level, right? So I've reached different levels of success, you know, but also as men, we're probably all still in the same journey of figuring out who the hell we are and what we really, really are put here to do. And that's what I believe that top level of success is, when I finally had that realization of like, you know, why am I here? What's the real reason I'm here? You know, what's my why? So then I'll deem myself like, yes, I'm successful. But I would say now that I've reached levels of success for sure.
Okay. So for sure you are successful.
For sure, I've reached levels of success.
But
no, how about this? Yes, I feel like I am successful because my family's taken care of, my kids are healthy, I'm healthy, I have a home, I have vehicles. You know what I'm saying? Like,
plural. You're right.
Y'all doing a whole bunch of stuff, and we only 10 minutes in.
Having
our cars at the crib, man.
Granola as fuck, man. Granola. Nah, but you know, so that's what right now. That's what I look at as success. I always have those posts on my IG where I'll post my family and I'll put wealth, because I've never been a money motivated person. I've always been about family, and I've always been about where the love is and that type of stuff. So I've never been like, you know, that capitalist, like I'm gonna go get it, however by any means necessary. It wasn't until I met B when she kind of pushed me to be a little more entrepreneurial and look at stuff like that more. But I've always just looked at success as just, man, is your family good? Are you healthy mentally, spiritually? You know, are your kids good? You have somewhere to lay your head. So
Okay, so the answer is hold on.
The answer is yes.
Okay, so that's what I want to get at out of this, is because I think success is whatever you deem success is for you, right? It could be money, it could be family, it could be whatever. But if I ask you, what is success look like to you? I'm hoping every man has an answer. And then based off of that, you say you're successful or not, because you did all that damn talking, JoJo. And at the end of it, you said, "Oh, I think success is my family, my kids." That's what success is for you, and they're taken care of. Right. So my thing is like, because I had a lot of men say no, they're not successful. But if you think about it, if that is success, then you're successful, and that should be a quick answer. But I don't think men know what their success is. You know what I mean?
But I just wrote this down because I didn't want to forget it, but I'm glad we came back around to it. But look what we're up against. Look what we see every day. You know what I'm saying? Look at social media. Look at every outlet that we see. Look on TV. All you see is this image of success. These houses. Everybody's doing this business, that business. Everybody's going on trips. Everybody's doing these different things. But it's like, I don't know, man. I've always been on some like, who's really living?
Right. Yeah.
You know, so who's really? Go ahead.
No. You're bringing it to a good point, and this is something I want to go back to. Is, well, you said he deemed success, you know, building a family, which that was previous to his new mindset, which is now entrepreneurial. now that's success to him.
Yeah.
So I want to go back to that because how quickly we go to what the world thinks we need to be successful in. And that's where I think, like, even coming back to what you said, Walt, is like, I deem myself successful, but it bothered me that I felt that. It bothered me because the world would tell you that you're very materialistic, and they'll tell you a whole bunch of things about thinking that way. But truly, if that's what success means to you at the time,
go get it.
That's for you. And nobody else. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I think where we get convoluted. And when you get the answers that you don't know, and you get the answers where men aren't able to answer that, a lot of times it's okay. Am I successful by everybody else's standards versus mine? You know what I'm saying?
That's true. And I think I have to be comfortable with that answer. If I say, hey, look, money motivates me and deems myself successful, it's not just like a amount, but the work and the process I had to do to get there makes me feel successful. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't just given to me. You know what I mean? So, and I think I'm not comfortable with it because it makes me feel like, oh, you're just materialistic and you just want a whole bunch of nice shit. And that's really not who I am, even though I like nice stuff, but that's not what's going to make me happy. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So another thing was, while I was thinking about this, because again, this was an issue for me. So I checked to see what the definition of success even means, because I think and I hope that for our listeners, for our men that are listening to this podcast, they figure out what their success is. And by doing that, I think they need to know what success means and not what the social media hype of success means, right? So the definition of success is the status of having achieved or accomplished an aimed objective. Being successful means the achievement of desired visions and planned goals. It's that simple. So when I ask people, are you successful? They talk about like, oh, the highest goal, I haven't got there. But really the definition of success is just achieving goals. You know what I mean? It could really be that it could really be that simple.
Personal goal, your own goals.
Personal or your own goals. And this was I got my hair cut today, right? You see it fresh. Stop playing with me, right? And in the barbershop, I asked this to a whole bunch of people and it got serious. Okay? When I tell you it got serious, boy, it got serious because some people didn't know what their definition of success looked like for them. And when you questioned them, they would change it. And I think for us to be strong kings, we have to know ourselves and what success looks like for us and not everybody else. What do you guys think?
I differ. Okay. I differ from that. I think that we should be okay with trying to figure out what that means. I think we should be comfortable. I think we should be comfortable with not knowing. I don't know what success is for me right now, but I'm on the journey to figure it out. Let me figure out where I'm at, because I think that's the issue in itself, is you need to know exactly what success means. So if you don't know what it is, let's grab and pick the easiest thing it is to right in front of us, the easiest thing that we are to judge, and that's money. That's the easiest thing for everybody to judge themselves against. So that takes no thought to me versus, for me, truly, when I think about how I'm evaluating somebody else's success, right? Yeah. What are things that stand out to me that make me feel different about a person? Like, damn, that person's successful. And it's about the energy that they give me. It's about what I walk away from that conversation with that person. So are they somebody that's giving me life, giving me a new perspective on life that is positive and energizing? Like, that person's probably successful. And usually those people are. Those things all happen in conjunction, but that's one thing that that's why I'm so focused on like meditation and understanding where I'm at, because I understand that like peace is success for me. Like, being peace of mind and being one, and on my divine purpose is what success means. Now that's defined differently for everybody, but living in the divine way for me. That's what,
sir.
Real quick. So are you not doing that right now?
I am I'm doing that. I haven't done it.
But if you're doing it, wouldn't that be successful? Why is it so hard for you to say that you're successful if you're literally doing what you just said is success?
I haven't said I'm not. I haven't said I'm not successful.
You didn't say
I've said I'm succeeding. All right. I said I'm succeeding. But it's a journey for me. And for me, I am very much involved in the process of my journey and loving and flourishing in every bit of it. So I'm not ready to say, yeah, I'm successful. Because I know that the minute that I start to say I'm successful, that closes my mind up to opening to more.
Equals you one. Equals your
right. And you know what I'm saying? And that closes me off to be like, okay,
because
sure,
Walt didn't peep that I said I was a success. I didn't say I was successful.
You're a success.
he has a tendency to hear what he wants and then just run with that.
You got to run that tape back. I feel like that's what I meant when I said it. I don't know if I said it.
That's what you meant.
I hope when we run this tape back, I said it.
Okay. I challenge that too, Mook, because if you're saying that, and you too, JoJo, because you agreed with his ass. So if you say, oh, once I feel like that I'm successful, I feel like I'm kind of there, right? But then that wouldn't be the definition of success, because success is continuing to set goals and achieve them. So you can't feel like you've made it. And
it didn't say continuing. It said achieving the goal. It said achieving. It didn't. You're throwing words in there.
And you gotta remember, like, you think goal, and you're thinking in your mind, you're thinking money. You're thinking these different things. And in Mook's mind, that's completely different. That goal, whatever he's shooting for, is completely different. You know, money is that's an easy bar. That's an easy, you know what I'm saying? It's very transparent. It's money. That's it. You know, the idea of money, that's simple. But that way, it's way harder to say, yeah, I'm successful. Just trying to be at one with yourself, or trying to be at one, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's harder to say, yeah, I'm there, because money is I can grab it.
Right.
I got it. It's in my bank account. You know what I'm saying? That's like complete spiritual alignment. You know what I'm saying?
You think that you would know once you're spiritually aligned? You think you would know and be like, okay, now I'm successful?
Maybe, or the journey is the you know, that's the whole idea.
Okay.
You know, that's a success all in itself. I'm talking like Walt. Success all in itself, you know.
I like it. So my other issue I have is, and this could just be me. If you say like, oh, this is what success looks like, if you don't achieve all of it, then you just are never successful. You know what I mean? Because what you say is perfect. Like, yeah, I want to be mentally there. I want to be physically there. But say if you're not all the way, like, I feel like that's always something that you can get better at. So then in my mind, I feel like you will always feel like you're not successful yet. So, you know what I mean? Correct me if I'm wrong.
So I'll put it to you like this. If I passed away and I'm at the Golden Gates and God was like, hey, talk to me, man. Do you feel like overall your life was a success? I'd be like, absolutely. Absolutely. Because everything that I did up until this point has been pure and aligned to who you called me to be, you know, in alignment to what I believe, again, back to what I was saying, to my divine purpose here. Now, while I'm here, I'm succeeding, but I'm not content with just the notches on the belt. So I can't overall say success, because again, success to me resonates as the job's done. We're over. Either it's final score and I won. I'm not that type of person. I'm that type of person that's consistently, okay, what's next? How can I evolve? So it's let me tell you, it's not easy for being this type of person, because that's what's at the stake. Is you're never really going to be comfortable and be like, okay, well, I can rest and hang my cleats. That's just the type of person I am. I understand that, and I'm okay with that. That's the life I chose.
Okay.
I feel that.
I feel that a lot. Okay. I
feel like something's on your heart, man. Give it to me.
This what I'm seeing, Bo. Is money really your sign? If there would be no conflict if money was really what you're shooting for.
Money is not what only
and
thing I'm shooting for.
But then so that's where we started off, right? You saw your W-2s, you're like, yo, I'm successful.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What clearly money is not your clear, you know, that's my sign of success. So where we at?
And that's not what you want to be your sign of success, is what it sounds like.
No, if you wanted it to be, it'd be easy.
True.
Right?
And it's not. Right. You're Jojo, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And I think that's what I've had to think about, and I've thought about it a lot. And I think the answer is I just need to be better today, better than I was last year. And that doesn't necessarily have to be money. It could be I read more books. I learned more. I understand life better. I understand my relationship. I'm connected more with my family. And that's really what makes me successful. So when I've been talking and they say, "Hey, Walter, are you successful?" I say yes, because of how much I've grown as a man and how much I've learned and how much I've been able to absorb from the people around me. Even you two, I've learned so much from you guys and my family and close friends that I feel like that is success. So when I pass away, regardless of when it is, if I were to die tomorrow, I'll be like, yes, I was successful because I was able to learn, and I'm better than I was last year, right? And my thing, and especially dealing with, as a pharmaceutical rep dealing in mental health, depression is huge for men, right? And the more that I thought about it is money can't be the tall tale of success. And I would like to know that men believe that they are successful, that they are good enough right now, with the same mindset to be like, oh yeah, I have room to grow, and like these are the stuff I still want to accomplish. But again, if you were to pass away, like you would think that you weren't successful in life, even after achieving so much that you have based off the definition of success, achieving so much, you still wouldn't think that you were successful. I think that was my issue with it, because at first I was thinking just money, and there's so many different people that are successful in my eyes that don't have a whole bunch of money. And here's an example. I thought about it, because at first I didn't even believe myself when I said that. But the people that I deem when I say, hey, I think that person is successful, is when they have learned a new skill. They've created their own business. You know what I mean? I don't know if they're making a whole bunch of money, but based off of the conversation and what they're indulged in, I'd be like, oh, that man's successful because he understands cryptocurrency. He's educating people. You know what I mean? He's learning. Someone else, I could say, hey, this person is coaching people how to lose weight, and they're losing weight.
Be a slippery slope, man.
I was just gonna say that shit all sounds good, but it still sounds like buddies at the end of it.
Yeah, that's how it happens, right? This is how we get caught up. We get caught up. We look on. That's what I was just saying about social media or the people around you. Everybody's relationships on point. Everybody's finances on point. And you're slowly, consciously or subconsciously, that's your idea. You're developing your idea of success based off these people around you, what it seems like they're doing, what you feel like they're doing. When really it's like it's all here. It's all internal. Like you're looking outward and you need to be looking inward. Like, what's really success for me? Because it's like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's going to be another hurdle or another thing blocking us from reaching our true success, trying to figure out, why do I care about what other people are doing? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Okay. I think the fact, talk to me. The fact that we're so resistant again to it being money is just my mind, because there's a reason.
I truly don't give a damn about money.
Yeah,
I don't know
there's a reason for that, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Truly, like, that's fine. And I think that's the beauty of the situation, is investigating why. You know, that's it. Before, you can never investigate why if you don't give it a name. If you're still avoiding what's going on, then you will never be able to dive deeper to be like, okay, well, why do I feel this way? Because that's where you're going to evolve, understanding where the root of that is coming from, and being able to now I can work from here, because this is what the world's given me. So I gave it right back to the world. I fought with the world and I've achieved. But why am I doing that? You know, what's important behind this? Because it's fine being money.
What are the reasons?
What we come from?
Well, okay.
That's part of the journeys.
Let's dive into that. So, and that's something I can be honest with, and it's about money, is that I want to be able to do whatever I want to do. That has always been my goal since I've been little. Is like I never could have like a nice phone. I never really had really nice shoes. You know what I mean? So I used to think like I want to be able to buy a nice phone one day, have nice shoes. You know what I'm saying? And I guess that comes into money. But again, if my grandma's birthday is on a Tuesday, I don't want to say I can't go to my grandma's birthday because I have to go to work or I have to go do something. I should be able to do whatever the hell I want. And it's not talking about like I want to travel to Africa and something crazy. It's small, tangible things that I feel like I should be able to do. If JoJo, you said, hey, look, I'm getting married next week or whatever. I know you're married already, but I'm saying like, hey, I'm getting married. I need you to come out here. I should be able to have the money to go see my boy get married. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's
freedom.
Freedom.
That's
there
what you want.
Freedom.
I mean, and that's essentially, I think that's what we all want. You know, and that's the American dream. Yeah, well, no, that's not the real American dream. The American dream
that's just
that's our dream because that's something that what we come from people. We don't come from freedom. So that's what I'm saying. Like our thing has been freedom because truly, that's the easiest and most attainable thing.
You know what? That makes a lot of sense, man. Because I think I pride myself to be able to do things that maybe a lot of my friends can't do, or my family can't do. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to be able to make enough money to do whatever I want to do. Like, it's not like, hey, I have to stay in California. This is where I'm at. Like, damn that. I should be able to do whatever I want to do, and it's freedom. That's I never thought about that.
But how does that evolve? You know, thinking about what we talked about last time on our last episode, right?
Let's talk about it.
You got that. You got, the financial freedom. You're on your way to that. So how does that evolve? What does that look like? What are you setting in place to maintain that? You know what I'm saying? And that's where, and again, understanding that freedom is one of those really, really big things. Like I think that, over time, success is going to change in that regard. So that's the bigger question for you is if I'm working from that core place and I'm seeing that money has been it, how does that evolve over time?
And okay. I like it because something else that I had an issue with was because this is how I know money isn't the tall tale sign of what I want is because when I have too much money, I'm not comfortable. You know what I mean? Like I feel like, I need to like invest this somewhere. I don't like to just have a whole bunch of money in my bank.
That's some first world problems, man.
I feel like,
bro, what?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like I need to start investing in stuff. I guess I'm like buying just shoes and stuff, but that's like my new like challenge. Is like I don't like to have just money sitting in my bank. Like in my savings account, that's cool, but just like in my checking account where I can just spend money, like I'm like, why? I don't need all this damn money.
I like it. Go invest.
Yeah, right. That's where now and if I ask the question, how has your success changed over time? Is like now I feel I'm successful because I'm able to invest in something. Like I want to. Mook is talking
whatever
about
you want.
You're right, and whatever I want. Talk to me about stocks. JoJo, we talk about housing and stuff like that. And that's where I want to be able to put my money at to make sure I have money for the long term. And it's not about just right now; it's for the future. So I even asked you guys: has success changed over time for you guys?
Yeah. Like we talked about earlier, right? Like when you're young, especially young athletes, our idea with success was NFL, NFL or bust, right? That's all we thought about. That's all we cared about. That was what we were told we were supposed to be, whether it was verbally or non-verbally. That's what we were pushed towards. That's the first thing we sat our eyes on. What's the kids always say? What do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a police officer and a vet. But that was like the one thing for us, especially athletes. Like that's what we call success. But you get there, you go to college, and You start to think for yourself. You start to learn about yourself, know what you like, know what you don't like, get out of your comfort zone. Damn, do I really like this sport? Is this really the what I wanted to do my whole entire life? Maybe not. Then you shift to this next. That's why I always say the levels of success. It's just another stair, right? Because man, I thought for sure once I got to college and I did what I did, that's what I wanted. But it turned out I don't even like football.
But there's
that's crazy. That's
it's crazy. It's crazy to think about that though, because again, you just mentioned that's our first love, and that's our first example of just going with what everybody said was the right thing to do. Like, sure. Don't get me wrong, football was amazing. We learned a lot from it. Like, sure. I would never take away anything that I did from football. But if I could go back, bro, I guarantee 90% of us, like, I would have done shit way different. And took advantage of a lot of other different things and opened up my mind and realized that that's not the only thing that was for success. But we grabbed on it, we bit on it, and rode that motherfucker all the way to the end until we could. You know what I'm saying?
Like it was scarcity, right? Like it was, out of desperation.
Right. Yeah. Like this is all I had.
Maybe that's why we're not so self-aware as like the students, right?
But that's the thing, though. That's the thing is you think about the people that become self-aware, and the quicker, like you mentioned, the quicker you become self-aware, the quicker you advance in life, and the quicker you go and achieve successful things. Think about people that we know that are still stuck in that or college ball that aren't self-aware. They're not self-aware and don't realize, it's okay to be lost. Let me go find myself. No, I got this. Got to work. This got to work.
This is who I am. Their identities attached to it, all that.
But then you throw that curveball in, like you just talked about, JoJo, where now there's levels to success, and you get, maybe you overcome that one level, but now you're stuck on this level where you did achieve success, and now you're stuck here. You know what I'm saying? And that became your success. You've got a good job right out of college, and it's amazing. But now you're 30 years in the company. You know what I'm saying? And time's just a ticket. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what are we moving to? And that's why I think, what can I control? I need to control knowledge of self and being able to be self-aware. That is why I deem success on that side. And it's hard. It's hard. It's hard to gauge. It's a hard thing to do. But you know what's harder? Being stuck in those fucking levels. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Bro, so I was thinking, because last week we talked about, I can't remember what was the question you asked, but I told you guys I struggled my entire life with playing down to my competition, kind of dimming my light. Yeah. And that, for me, like tackling that is like, that's a notch of success for me. Once I get there, like once I tackle that or tackle this, what's another goal for me is to my comfort zone, stepping into that lead and being, wanting to do new things, because I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable in certain things. I'm not comfortable pushing myself to this level. Like when I said my wife pushed me to be more entrepreneurial, it's not like she forced me or made me do it. She made me get out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
I was too comfortable. Like, bro, there was a point in my life where I was like, I can get a van and go live in the mountains and be cool.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like
that would be successful. I was cool with that.
Yeah, I was so okay with that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it like Mook, these I don't even like to call them these flaws, but these things that you got going on internally, success can be conquering those. Success can be winning those battles. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's something I truly don't like. I hate that I play down. I hate that I just don't just shine. You know what I'm saying? Like that bothers me, like a rival team.
Ooh, I like that.
You know what I'm saying? So
because when you're doing it too. You know when you're doing it, and you like you feel you peep like, man, like
especially if you're self-aware.
Yeah. Self-aware that's the key, man. The more and more we talk, and I hope the listeners are paying attention, like for us to truly be kings, we have to be self-aware, or we fall into the trap of doing what everybody else does and not being comfortable with what you truly believe. And even me not being truly okay with being like, hey, money means a lot to me because I want to be financially free.
Freedom means a lot to you.
Right now,
Freedom
though. Just
means
right.
a lot to me, and I like
right now, though.
Right.
Right now. It doesn't have to be forever, but
Yeah,
like right now.
You're just on one staircase right now.
Yeah, I like it. And it's a book, and we're going to actually have a podcast about this in a further episode. I haven't even told you guys about it, but I'm reading a book, and there's a part where it's called Growth Zone, and that's between comfort and ability. And that's where we grow, is when you're okay with being uncomfortable a little bit, but also being in your ability to be able to do the things that you set out to. And that's where we're able to grow. It's been a little bit uncomfortable and having the ability to actually do it. It's that sweet spot, like you said, JoJo. But yeah. So that's coming up. That's coming up soon.
I don't even know if I agree with that shit.
Okay, I'll give you
I see where you're going. Go ahead.
I can give you an example. Well, we ain't gonna go too deep into it, but I'll give you an example. So one of my goals of success right now is I want to buy a multi-family unit, right? So my ability is, I can buy property. But my comfortability is like, I don't know if I can buy like a 6 unit, you know what I mean? Like, or a 10 unit, like that's uncomfortable, right? And I don't know if my ability is there. But to be uncomfortable, I think I can do a 4 unit. I'm still a little bit uncomfortable, but I could do it. My ability is there. So that's where I can grow, is to buy a unit, maybe a fourplex. And I grow in this aspect to continue to grow, because I can do it, but it's uncomfortable. That's where you grow.
That's sweet and all, but like that's too close. That's a layup, bro. Like, ability. What is ability, and who is that defined by? Because no. Based off of ability, again, you look back in history, we didn't have no ability to make it out the hoods, but we did, because we had to be bigger than what we saw we were able to do. So, I don't understand what ability means there. Like, you have to be within arm's reach of it.
The ability is being able to do it. So if you're saying, hey, I want to buy a house, right? So I use my example. A fourplex is uncomfortable because I don't know if people are going to pay their rent. I don't know what's going to happen. That shit is uncomfortable. The ability is I could do it, but a lot of people won't do it because they're uncomfortable with doing it and they never do it. So the ability is like, you have the ability to do it.
Should have said it like that the first time.
Okay, yeah. That's better. Okay. You have the ability to do it, and you just don't do it because you're uncomfortable. So if you're talking about people in the hood, they have the ability to educate themselves.
I didn't. That was just an analogy. I don't want you to go too deep into that.
Yeah.
No. I don't like you saying that. I might have misinterpreted the conversation or what you were saying, but I don't like your success being based on what you're able to do right now. Like, that's not real to me, because I feel like if you're only thinking about what you're able to do, you're limiting yourself.
I do. That's why we're going to have this conversation, because I disagree, because there's a lot of people that are able to do shit, but they don't do it because they're scared to do it.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that when you're, I'm sorry, go ahead, Joe.
No, I'm right there with you. Go ahead.
Because I feel like what you're saying is it needs to be realistic, is what I'm hearing. It needs to be realistic to me when you're saying that able, and maybe I'm misinterpreting you. But for some people, some of their goals aren't really reality quite yet, but they're going to make it into fruition. Sure, I might not be able to buy a mansion right now, but that's my success. That's my driver. That's what I'm going to get. So I shouldn't have to I have to make sure that that's my success measure once I'm able to. You know what I'm saying? That's a trap for me.
I think what Walt's saying is, I think you got it mixed up a little, because Walt, I think he's just saying, like, even when you said I'm uncomfortable or my ability, I think that's in the same line. Like, he's uncomfortable. I don't even know how to say it.
He's uncomfortable, but it's realistic. It's uncomfortable, but it's realistic.
But not realistic and uncomfortable. That's all one and the same. I think that's what
I want to go and do something I've never fucking done, and it's not realistic, and I'm going to challenge myself to go and do it.
Right, but at some point, for it to be an ability to do it, you have to be able to do it. You know what I mean? So the ability, it has to fall into
your... You said it different again. Yeah, you said it different.
Well, okay. So
because you're conceived, you're self-conceived I can do it, or bar for I can do it, may just be you being uncomfortable. You can do whatever. You can do it, but you're telling yourself you know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
Okay. And like I said, there's limitations in that theory where I don't feel like there should be limitations placed at all. When you're talking about outside the comfort zone, there's no boundaries there. And you're placing boundaries on, okay, well, make sure that you have the ability to do this right before you step outside the comfort zone, and fuck all that. If you want to go do something, dedicate yourself to it and do it. It doesn't have to be something that you feel like you're able to do right now. That's a trap setting mindset for me.
Okay. I agree with that. Okay. I like that, because at the end of the day, it goes into success and how you look at it. Because to me, it makes total sense. But the way I say it may not. You can do it all, and you're able to jump. I don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? I believe I can do anything, but for me to grow right now, I have to believe I have the ability to do it right now, but be uncomfortable doing it. So again, these are a great example on how success could even be portrayed differently. You know what I'm saying? Because we both could be able to do exactly what our goals are, but we go about it differently. You know what I'm saying? So I think even for the listeners, this is great, because you get to hear people talk about how they think of their setting their goals and achieving them. Shit, at the same time, we're gonna fucking get them, but how we look at it is going to be different. You know what I mean? So again, when you're planning your goals, don't let someone else say like, oh, that doesn't make sense. You have to be strong enough to understand like, hey, look, this is how I'm going to get it. And this is what I believe my success is. You know what I mean? So I love the fact that you challenge me on how my thought process is. And I love the fact that we're not changing how we look at success for ourselves. That's the great thing about being strong and being mind strong. You know what I'm saying?
Ask yourself why, though. That's one thing you forgot to say. When you define success for yourself, ask yourself why.
Yeah.
Because that's where you really find a lot of the answers, and becoming self-aware.
I love it. I love that. And it always should be why. Like, why do you think this is successful for you? Why does this determine success for you? So that's a great question to ask yourself. And before we get up out of here, the last question that I want to throw out there is, if you were on your deathbed, would your perception of success change today? And I think we've talked about it a little bit. Mook, you said that it would, and it makes sense. So one more time, although you may not feel like you're successful right now, but if tomorrow you were on your deathbed, it would change. Explain that one more time.
It wouldn't necessarily change. You would conclude to say, okay, the game's over. You know, you were successful. You were successful up to this point at your life. You know, like, again, there are some goals that you set for yourself that you didn't quite achieve, but everything that you did that you could do within your life, I can deem you a success. And you're pure. You're pure to who you were, and on the pursuit of finding out who you were. So you live life the right way.
I love it. What about you, JoJo?
I don't think so. I don't think it would change. I think, like I said, man, like that stairway to success is infinite. You know what I'm saying? You can knock out a goal at 99, 98. Betty White, she made another year. I think she did another movie before she passed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
you can continue to succeed all the way through life. So I feel like, my family's good. They're healthy. I've taught my kids, and I showed them some dope things that I think will be beneficial for them. My wife is good. I've hopefully blessed and touched a lot of lives and made a lot of people smile and, brought some light into a lot of rooms. So I think I'd be, my idea of success would be the same. It don't take a lot for me, man. It may and for the viewers outside looking in, it might not look like that, but I really don't I'm about happiness. If I'm happy, then I'm successful. You know,
It's felt.
And are you happy now?
I'm happy.
So you're successful right now.
I'm a success.
Okay, I like it.
You feel me?
I actually love that answer because I haven't heard that. You know what I mean? I am.
So there's one video, man. This clip of Russell Simmons, right? He's talking about the goal for life is to find a comfortable seat. You know what I'm saying? To find like I'm good. Like you feel bliss more times through the day than you don't. And that's where I'm at, man. I like to be happy to where people get mad at me sometimes. Sometimes, you know, my wife will be like, "Yo, you don't care about nothing." It's like, I care, but it's like, bro, I'm good.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, somebody got to keep the universe balanced. If we all fall awry, then bad shit will start happening. But if you're somewhat aligned, you're someone good, you attract nothing but good. So life is good. You know, I'm good. Yeah, like shit goes bad sometimes, but you know, I got the Rona, but I'm smiling.
You got the Rona, but it ain't got you, right?
It ain't got me. But you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, so I don't think my answer would change, man. Like my idea of success is just happiness, bro. Like that's it.
You know,
hold on. What about you? Because you was gonna get out of it. You thought you was gonna get out of it.
He about to what about you? Out of there.
But my biggest thing is I believe that I am successful. I believe I am a success.
Don't steal my shit.
I'm stealing it for sure. And I ain't gonna give you no credit too if it's on the street. I'm saying like, I brought that. I made that up. But my thing is like, I just want to get better every year, bro. And I've been doing it. That's really what success is for me, man. I'm reading more books. I'm trying to learn more. So when I'm talking to people, I'm not just talking to them because this is what I think. This is something I've learned and I've read and I'm knowledgeable about. And if I'm not knowledgeable about it, educate me. Show me where you got this information. Let me learn something. And I feel like if I continue to have that kind of mindset of continuing to learn and educate myself, I will always be a success because I'm always learning something new. So the fact that you guys read so many books, it gives me hope and confidence. Like, damn, I'm going to continue reading these books. I want to have as much books as JoJo has. I want to listen to more.
I'm going to flip the screen one of these days, dog.
Yeah, and hit the books, man. And the more that I grow, I understand that success is that being able to read and educate and really to evolve into knowing who you are. I think that's what success is knowing you. And there's nothing I can tell you guys. And this podcast is a great example that I can sit here and question you and ask and dig in and make you elaborate. And you're firm on what your beliefs are. That is success, to be that strong-minded. And I love you guys for that. You know what I mean? So that's a little bit of my definition, man. Any last things you guys want to leave for our listeners? Talk to me.
Get off the socials.
Get it all.
Take a break from it. For real. Take a break. Get off it for 2 weeks. All of them. I'm talking TikTok, Snapchat.
TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok. You feel me? That's how the old head. That's how the old head. Right. The old hippity hop. You know, the TikTok. Get off Instagram. Get off Facebook. Take a break for a minute. You know, work out for a week. For real. Because it messes with you. It messes with your whole perception of life, man. Like it'll have you out here doing some super uncharacteristic shit, and it's gonna start looking real familiar if you keep living like that.
Ooh,
you know, that's my thing. Get off, because I'm about to take a break.
I like it.
I don't know how to follow that. What he said, not what he said, because I'm employed by one. So.
Yeah, you can't.
But you know, again, take a break. Take the journey of finding out who you are. That's what I'm saying. Be in peace to your journey.
I love it. And just like that, the kings have spoken. For my listeners, make sure you subscribe, you share, you like, leave a comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know if we're off, if we're on. Give us something, because we learn and we grow not only with each other, but with you too. So we'll leave you with one thing. Be kings today and every day. Peace.
Black King, Black King.